Hello, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. How could we help you today?
Oh, well, first of all, I want to thank you for New Life. I'm a new listener, so I appreciate you all. So thank you for being there.
Thank you. How could we help you?
My situation today is I started reading Every Woman's Battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a hard time letting go of a relationship that I had with a longtime friend who is married. And I found it very helpful. But what's happening in me going through the process of that is bringing up a bunch of other stuff for me. Like, I'm touching into my childhood abuse and just other issues. And I'm finding myself very overwhelmed and feeling like I need to fix everything right now, or I'm just finding myself very anxious and feeling very overwhelmed.
Well, it sounds like to me you're going through exactly what you need to be going through. If you can just convince yourself you're not going to blow up or fall apart or whatever, but now that you've eliminated the drug of the married man, you're dealing with reality. I think that's great.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting that. Wow.
What were you expecting?
Really?
What were you expecting?
You were hoping for something else.
I was hoping, I don't know what I was hoping for, but...
Surely you weren't hoping for, well, go back to the married man so you could settle these emotions down. Well, what were you thinking might be an answer?
I don't know. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting to hear that. That what I'm feeling is exactly what I'm supposed to be feeling. I wasn't expecting that. I feel very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable and very unsettling. I'm usually a very confident person. I'm doubting myself. Yeah.
What do you think, Sue, about the idea that Steve mentioned about you gave up your addiction or the medication of this married man?
I think that's true. I can relate to that. I can see that.
So sometimes, when we let go of something that's helping to kind of medicate or keep us from our real feelings, we go through withdrawals. And it sounds like you're in that period of heightened awareness of all that you had been covering up. But you're also at a place where, because you are feeling it, you can tolerate more than you think you can, even though it's very uncomfortable, which is a perfect spot to jump into really starting to deal with it and not just running to your next fix.
Okay.
Now, did you ever stop and think what his wife would be going through right now if she knew about the relationship? I bet it would bring up all this. I try
not to give myself a lot of time with that, but it's not something that he or I felt good about, and I think it was definitely a struggle for both of us.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it, and so it was mutual to say, okay, no, this has got to stop. So
good.
Okay, now, Sue, you just said something that was really important. You said, we didn't give a lot of time to that, and I don't give a lot of time to thinking about that. Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
Right. Now, all of a sudden, you got all the time in the world because you're not distracted with this individual. And you're able, instead of being amused with a person, you're able now to muse or think or ponder or consider things. And you're reading a stimulating book that is probing around and poking around in the recesses that don't often get attention because we're distracted elsewhere. And so you're surprised at these things that start popping up. Steve's right. We all see this. When people slow down and they start taking a look at themselves, they're always a bit surprised and shocked, as well as maybe frightened, made anxious, scared, because all of a sudden the confidence that I've had seems to be on shaky ground. But sometimes that confidence is an illusion, and sometimes that confidence is not based in reality, because reality always includes our history.
Hey, listen, you need to grab onto some other girlfriends. That's why you got into the affair. You didn't have those girlfriends around you to help you make a decision there. But find those, get involved with church, a women's Bible study, and you'll get through it.
It's time for counseling.
Yeah, and get some counseling. You'll get through this. You've made a great decision. God has more grace than this, And He loves you, and we do too. And I hope and pray you'll stay the course.